up, YouTube? This is Celtics Pride. Now, what I'm going to be talking about today is IP Man or Bruce Lee. Okay, before any of you jump to conclusions or jumping out saying, no, IP Man all day, Bruce Lee all day, you know. Alright, I'm going to lay it out like this. IP Man, before Bruce Lee, IP Man was the greatest fighter that ever lived. I mean, the best one ever. His fighting style was called Wing Chun. Wing Chun is a fighting style that instead of rushing and fighting, he sits back. He just sits back and waits for you to attack. He sits there. So when you attack him, he's gonna defend. He's gonna defend, counterattack, and kick the shit out of you. Now, all y'all know, Bruce Lee is the creator of the 1-inch punch that can kill you. That can fucking just kill you. And Bruce Lee was recorded the best fighter before he died. But see, I want to get my point across by saying, my personal opinion, Bruce Lee is really good. I mean, he's really good. I mean, Bruce Lee, he's really good. He's just really good. He a real good fighter. But my personal opinion, I think IP Man would win over Bruce Lee. I know people out there calling me a dumbass or saying all type of stuff. But just listen to me. IP Man can hit you 100 times in 10 seconds. IP Man defeated 10 black belts at one time. And I know some people out there trying to say, no, they were just a movie. The movie was also based on a true story. Look the shit up. If you think I'm lying, look the shit up. IP Man, I'm gonna tell you about IP Man. IP Man fought the Japanese army with fists. I'm not saying that he fought the Japanese army by the whole battalion, because he would get murdered with guns and stuff. He fought the entire Japanese army by defeating the general. See what happened? If you watch the movie, IP Man, the general came to China. It was trying to take over China and make his own land. But it was like a big war and all that. And the general was looking for great fighters in China. He was defeating everybody, all the masters and all that. So IP Man goes to a place where the general's beating everybody. And one of IP Man's closest friends gets killed by trying to bring back food because the general took all the food away from him. So with him trying to do that, IP Man came and he asked the man, this Chinese dude, he was like, was he killed to death? Was he beaten to death? Was he beaten to death? He was like, yes. And then he looked up at the general. He said, I want to fight 10 people. So 10 black belts surrounded him. He was just standing there, all humble. And when they rushed him, they got murdered. Murdered, man. Murdered. Broke legs. All type of stuff. IP Man is just my personal favorite. Now, Bruce Lee, on the other hand, Bruce Lee was a BA, straight up badass. The reason I say that is, this dude played ping pong with nunchucks. This dude, he had a 1-inch punch that can kill you if you wanted to. I mean, this dude was bad. But what I'm trying to say is, folks, just think about it. Just think about it. I know there's a such thing as the student can surpass their master. But IP Man, the movie is based on a true story. If you watch that movie, if you watch IP Man, watch IP Man 2, and if you watch IP Man The Legend is Born, you will be like, whoa. Because all those movies are based on a true story now. You'll be like, whoa. This dude may have a chance of actually defeating Bruce Lee. No, he doesn't have a chance. My personal opinion, he can't. Freeze for that is because he's the master. And, I mean, if it wasn't, think about it, folks. Honestly, if it wasn't for IP Man or Bruce Lee be at, think about it. If it wasn't for IP Man showing Bruce Lee the ways of kung fu and all type of and the fighting style, where would Bruce Lee be at? Y'all people would have never heard of Bruce Lee. Now I admit he will beat the shit out of Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Tony Jaa, all those people. But if IP Man was still alive and Bruce Lee was still here and it was both in their prime, what the stuff I've just talked about IP Man, what would y'all think? Who would you think would win? Who would you think would win? IP Man or Bruce Lee? My personal opinion, IP Man. That's just, I mean, I know a lot of y'all have your own opinions. That's great. You can have your own opinion. You can think Bruce Lee can think Bruce Lee can beat IP Man. I mean, I have no problem with that. I mean, it's just your opinion. But my opinion is, I mean, I'm gonna pick IP Man because he's not only the greatest fighter ever lived. In my opinion, he's my favorite. I mean, he's my favorite fighter. I mean, hands down, he's the greatest to me. He's the greatest to me. You know. But just subscribe and leave comments and let me know what y'all think about the video. Peace out, YouTube.